Hello, everybody. Is everybody happy that we are now finishing the semester? Everyone's got their certificates, and this is going to be the last story time of the year. And of course, it's going to be about Christmas. Do you like Christmas? Do you enjoy spending time with your family and writing the letter to Santa Claus and having fun with the presents? Me too. Do you also know the true story of Christmas and how it connects us to baby Jesus thousands of years ago? That's it. Today's story is going to be about Christmas, the real meaning of Christmas. I have arranged a very beautiful Christmas decoration. Oh, I forgot to show you the cover here, The Joy of Giving, but I'll show you now. So that's the name of the story, The Berenstain Bears and the Joy of Giving. It was the week before Christmas, and all over Bear Country, everyone was busy getting ready for the big day. They were Christmas shopping and Christmas decorating and Christmas everything. Down at the chapel in the woods, the cubs of Bear Country were busy getting ready for their Christmas Eve play. The play was the story of the first Christmas, and brother and sister had an important role. They were to be the camel of the three wise bears. Sister was the front end of the camel, and brother brought up the rear. They thought it was the best costume ever. Mrs. Ursula, their Sunday school teacher, was directing. All right, wise bears, enter stage right. The three wise bears came on stage. They carried gifts and wore long robes, crowns, and fake beards. They followed the Christmas star made of foil covered cardboard that hung above the stage. The first wise bear was played by Sammy Bruno, who had a loose front tooth that made him a little hard to understand. A star, he cried. I see a star. Mrs. Ursula sighed. Okay, Camel, she called, you're on. Sister and brother followed the three wise bears, but it was hard to see out of the costume, and sister accidentally knocked over a palm tree. The three wise bears tripped, going down in a tangle. Oh dear, said Mrs. Ursula. Will we ever be ready? Sorry, Mrs. Ursula, said sister, poking her head out. It is hard to see in there. I'll need to make your peepholes bigger, said Mrs. Ursula. That's enough for today, cubs. It's time to go home. The cubs took off their costumes and went into the chilly evening air. Brrr, said sister. It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas. Yes, agreed brother, and looking that way too. The whole neighborhood was decorated for Christmas. Sister and brother walked home in the soft glow of many colored lights. The next day, the bear family went shopping. It was time for brother and sister to pick up a few special gifts. This year, they had two crisp $10 bills from Grizzly Gramps and Gran to spend on others. Of course, brother and sister hoped they would have some money left for themselves. Sister was saving for a brand new Barbie doll, and brother wanted a special rubber band powered model airplane. Papa and Honey helped brother do his shopping while Mama went with sister. Brother picked out a Barbie doll outfit that he found on sale for sister, and sister bought a small airplane model for brother. Each just costs a few dollars, so they did not spend their $10 bills on each other. Mama and Papa thought that maybe each cub should have spent more money on one another. What about the joy of giving? Whispered Mama to Papa. It seems brother and sister only care about the joy of getting. True, agreed Papa, but let's not interfere. They will learn about the joy of giving for themselves. Over the next few days, Christmas excitement in Bear Country grew and grew. Brother and sister could hardly wait. They were going to be a camel and get lots of presents too. Play rehearsals went well. Sister could see better out of the bigger peephole, and everyone knew their lines. but it was still a little hard to understand Sammy Bruno. When Christmas Eve finally arrived, practically everyone in their country jammed the chapel in the woods to see the Cubs perform. A hush fell as the curtain opened and play began. First, the angel Gabriel came to Mary, telling her that she would give birth to Jesus. Then, Joseph and Mary journeyed to Bethlehem, where the innkeeper gave them shelter in a stable. There, Mary gave birth to a tiny baby who was laid in a manger. An angel of the Lord appeared to the shepherds, sharing the good news of Jesus' birth, so they could go and worship the newborn king. Finally, the three wise bears and their faithful camel trooped on stage. The foil-covered Christmas star hung high above the stable, sparkling in the spotlight. A star, a star, I see a star, Sammy said clearly. His loose tooth had come out backstage. The three wise bears kneeled before Mary, Joseph, and Jesus. The shepherds and the angel joined them. Everyone bowed low before the tender baby. The three wise bears opened their treasures and gave Jesus their precious gifts. The audience grew very still. Then someone in the back began softly to sing. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. And the rest of the audience joined in near the end. Sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Peeking out of the camel costume, tears came to sister and brother's eyes. It seemed they had never understood the joy of giving until that moment. All the gifts of all Christmases of all the years went back to those first gifts given to the tiny baby long ago. The Christmas Eve play was over and the audience cheered. Everyone felt the true spirit of Christmas had been with them that night. On Christmas morning, brother and sister led the family downstairs bright and early. But instead of heading to their own piles of presents, they went to their gifts for each other. Merry Christmas, they said, holding out their presents. From one end of a camel to the other, said brother. Thanks, laughed sister. You're a first-rate backup. Brother and sister were delighted with their gifts that they gave each other. Honey opened their presents and brother and sister joined in. In the back of their minds, though, they were still thinking about the money they had left over from the shopping. Later that morning, the family went to the chapel in the woods for the Christmas Day service. A light snow covered the ground, and all of their country glistened in the sun. On the way, sister and brother noticed a group of bears playing Christmas carols. They were collecting money for the needy in a big black pot. Brother and sister looked at each other, dug into their pockets, and dropped all of their money into the pot. They were finally going to do something nice with their money, giving to the poor people. Mama and Papa smiled with pride. You know what the good book says, Mama told them. It is more blessed to give than to receive. We know, said Big Brother. We receive an awful lot, so it's time we gave some of it back. Look, said Sister, feeling in her pocket. I still have a quarter. Look at that, she's got a coin. Honey reached for it and Sister put it in her hand. Then little Honey, holding on Papa, toddled over to the big black pot and dropped the quarter in. The bears playing music paused. Merry Christmas, they all said. Merry Christmas. That's the end of the story with a beautiful Christmas message. It is more blessed to give than to receive. And this is a message from the Bible. By the way, I would like to share with you a very nice good deed that we at Cultura did this year, helping 102 children with presents for Christmas. It's all there in the reception. And soon we are going to take all of those presents to all of those children. Why don't you do something similar? You know? And then for us to finish, shall we sing the song that they sang in the story all together? Let's do it. That's it, guys. You can watch the whole video later on YouTube. It's just super simple songs called Silent Night. You can even prepare a presentation for Christmas. What do you think? Okay, so with that, the story, the song, I would like to wish you all, in the name of all Cultura Inglesa Mogi team, a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. I hope you have fun during your holidays. We are going to miss you so much, but soon we'll be back. And let's hope that we'll be back really together, face to face, being able to hug each other and be in touch. Remember, you can always revisit our stories on our YouTube channel. You can listen to the stories in my podcast called Julie Tells. And that's it, guys. I'm a bit sad because we're finishing, but keep in touch on the YouTube channels for the stories, for your favorite. We've got the Gruffalo, Room on the Broom, so many nice stories from this year, also in the podcast. Okay, so be careful with yourselves. Take care. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Bye bye.